Now, with the Labour Party, the only certainty that you'll get is that they're going to put up your taxes. As clear as night follows day, that's what they always do, and that's what they will do. The independent officials at the Treasury have totted up all the things that they said they want to spend money on, looked at the black hole in their plans, and I can tell you what that reveals. It's £2,000. Not my numbers, those are the numbers from the independent Treasury officials. £2,000 worth of tax rises for every working family in our country.
This is actually the third time this week the Prime Minister has tried to frighten people into voting for him by spouting this absolute bollocks.
£2,000 for every working family in our country in higher taxes. £2,000 for every working family in our country in higher taxes.
Well, let's just sit on a shelf for a moment that the UK now has the highest debt in 60 years, that the tax burden under this government is forecast to increase to near record levels, that Labour's plan is fully costed, and Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves has promised there will be no additional tax rises needed beyond those she's set out if Labour wins the general election. For the Prime Minister to shamelessly keep telling workers that Labour's plans would cost
£2,000 for every working family in our country in higher taxes
is not just completely untrue, and on that, don't just take my word for it.
Jeremy Hunt unveiled a Conservative dossier called Labour's Tax Rises. This claimed that Labour had committed to £38.5 billion in unfunded spending over the next 4 years, which it alleged was equivalent to £2,094 per working household. The Conservatives have made some questionable assumptions about how much a future Labour government would spend based on what it said about things like providing school breakfast clubs and bringing more public service delivery in-house rather than using private companies. Moreover, to get to that £38.5 billion figure, they've added up 4 years of supposedly additional spending to make it sound bigger. It's a bit like your boss adding up your wages over the next 4 years and suggesting that figure is your salary.
It's also completely economically illiterate, because Sunak's claim assumes that every working family in the country makes exactly the same contribution in tax.
£2,000. £2,000. £2,000 for every working family in our country in higher taxes.
Which of course they don't, and the Prime Minister knows it. The amount of tax paid varies from household to household, with the best off paying more. How's he getting away with this?